What's going on, folks? It's Kspadetheprospect, aka the Big Blue Chevy driver, the guy sometimes referred to as the YouTube MVP, and I have returned with everyone's favorite running back, James Boobie, the pride of Odessa, Texas, Miles. All right. So as you can see, man, the USC Trojans are still undefeated in what is Boobie Miles' junior season at USC. And so far, they still kicking ass and taking names. So we're trying to get this national championship this year. And currently this week, we got BYU in our way. And I know what you're thinking. BYU is in your way? I know, right? It's not what you expect. These guys should not be good. They should be a pushover team, but they're anything but. So without any further ado, let's jump into the commentary. So the first play of scrimmage right here for the Trojans, you get a chance to see Boobie Miles doing what he do, finding the hole, jumping in the hole, throwing a stiff arm, whapping somebody upside the head, and getting positive yardage, all right? So on this drive, the Trojans definitely come out with a great game plan. They're going to give it to Boobie, let him do what he do, let him run, all right? And you guys know I complain when the Trojans come out and pass the ball, and they definitely came out on this first drive and said we're going to establish the run. So you see so far it's working well. Few yards here, few yards there, the chains keep moving. I mean, the Trojans are working the hell out of those referees. The chain gang is moving. They're going to get some exercise today. They're burning calories. On 3rd and 13, the Trojans have to go to the air. I don't know what happens here. I don't know if it was Boobie's fault or the quarterback's fault. Somehow or another it was a miscommunication. Don't get the first down there, and as a result, they only have to get a field goal on the first possession. They stop BYU back on their second possession, or the second drive, should I say, of the game, and you see, so far, back to what worked in the first drive. Give it to Miles, right? So you see him jumping out to the corner. That looked like it was going to be a really big play. Offensive lineman could have held that block a little longer, but he doesn't. So it's the second and short when you see Miles, who goes over 1,000 yards for the season on that run, with a nice stiff arm to keep the drive going. Keep the chains moving. That's what we like to see. On this play here, you see BYU is swinging a big stick, man. They hitting the kid hard, man. So if he can stay in this game, who knows what it'll be. 3rd and inches. Trojans go to the air, can't complete it. 4th and inches, they're going for an option. And there you go. They pitch it to Miles. He squeezes around the outside, runs down the sideline, and gets his first score of the game. We're going to get another look at that. And it's crazy because I hate to see him run that option. It's one of those things that could work for a big play, or it could just get blowed up in the backfield. Really depends on the quarterback there. So he did the right thing, pitch it. Next thing you know, they was up 10-0. BYU gets on the board, though. We got a 10-7 game in the second quarter. I'm telling you, these guys are not going to sit down. 2nd and 10, Trojans go to the air, and this is what a good running attacker do for you. Keep running the ball, keep running the ball. The defense will keep cheating up, and then you can throw it right over their heads, which they do, to get 17 points. But BYU scores again. So we still got a 3-point game at this point when we get like a nice run right here by Boobie. Now, here's the thing that's going to be surprising for most of you. Well, it was surprising for me. I can't say it'll be surprising for most of you. But at the half, if you look at the total yards, BYU was winning in total yardage. I don't know what's going on the defensive side of the ball for the Trojans, but they got one more half to try to get it together, all right? All right, folks, so we're back in the third quarter. USC has the first possession of the new half, and let's see if they can keep using what was working in the first half, which is give the ball to number 45. So they come out. Boobie gives them a strong 9-yard gain. Before this bounce out to the left side of the field, it keeps the chains moving. Even though we see an animation I've seen way too often, which is Miles getting up slow, he doesn't stay out long, comes back on that same drive. He's going to try to get these guys back on the board. So 1st and 10, you see him break out on the right side of the field. Looks like he could have taken it the distance. Shout out to the BYU defense, man. They stepping up. They trying anyway. We can give them an E for effort if nothing else. 1st and goal, they going back to that very, very soft right side of the field, and you see Miles get in the end zone. You even see a defender try to dive on him after he's in the end zone, and he couldn't even bring him down. Like, the play didn't even count anymore. He still got slapped off. I don't understand that. I expect better from you guys, BYU. Don't be dirty, man. Don't dive on his leg when he in the end zone, man. Cut that out. So we get a bit of a spotlight from him here, see some of his highlights from the day. Come to the sideline, he's almost at 150 yards for the day. But guess what? BYU got back on the board themselves, so we still got a 3-point game at the end of the third quarter here. In fact, that run right there ended the quarter. It's still a 3-point game. Let's see if the Trojans can get out of here with this sneaky win. So they're still going with Miles. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Might be a little bit of frustration setting in on the defensive side of the ball. You see BYU knocking Boobie Miles into the Gatorade table on the sideline. These guys are upset. You see it on this guy's face right here, or you see it in his body language. He's pissed. I don't know. So they stepping up, y'all. That was 2nd and short. They stopped Miles, going back with a 3rd and short, and it seemed like they was going to stop him, but he just bounced outside again, this time to the left side of the field, converts that. Now, later in that drive, we got a 3rd and long for the Trojans. They go to the air, can't quite get it. Looking at 4th and 12, and look at the scoreboard now. When we come back to the Trojans have the ball again, it's a 1-point BYU win. Minute left in the game. Trojans are down. It's going to call for something big. We got a halfback dive. Miles bounces to the left side of the field, cuts to the sideline. Looks like no one can catch him. Wow, what a run. That's like, in football, that's the equivalent of making like the game-winning basket in the NBA. I mean, that's a big run. They should be winning by 1,000 points. They end up being down in the 4th quarter, just over a minute to play, and Boobie breaks off the most beautiful run of the day. Now, if the defense can hold the BYU Cougars, you know what? The Trojans get out here with a win. Before we get to that, though, USC go for 2. They convert the 2, make it a 7-point game. So with a minute left, we super Sam, and we get a chance to see USC sneak out of here. This is not a pretty win. This is not the win you expect to see. But you know what they say. Good teams find a way to win the ugly ones, just like the bad teams find a way to lose it. And we'll see if we can get Boobie Miles this national championship. That's all I got for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Rainmaker.